Whoops. Finger in front of the camera. Okay, what time is it, Kenneth?
2:03.
2:03. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm not going to lie and pretend that I'm not 3 minutes late. Because clearly I am. There's Kenneth. Whew. Welcome to Rythmia's Facebook page and welcome to beautiful and sunny Rythmia. Look at that. Blue skies, the perfect amount of clouds to give us a little bit of a break from the heat. I am glowing because, holy smokes, I have been running like crazy. Zin is joining us. So good to see you, Zin. Sorry we're late. We've got a full house here at Rythmia coming to a start here at Rythmia this week. So many people. Been reconnecting with all of my amazing friends. Here you go, Kenneth. I'm going to give you this. Oh, do I need to turn this around, don't I? There we go. The stage is set. But I am not prepared. We got all of the... Why is the light on? My flash is on. That's interesting. Is it giving me a nice glow? You see that?
Maybe.
How do I look?
Beautiful, like always.
I wonder what that is. My battery's probably going to be draining real quick. Welcome to Rythmia Facebook Live. Today we were talking meal prep like a pro. And I just spent probably only about 20 minutes running around in the kitchen and stealing food from the buffet here at Rythmia to just show you guys some hacks. I'm going to call you guys up on Facebook so I can see who's watching. To show you guys some hacks on what you can do on the weekend to get ready for the week so that you're eating the way you ate at Rythmia at home, if you've been here. If you have not been here, I just want to show you some really easy things you can do on the weekend to prepare so that you have a lot of stuff in your refrigerator to eat so that you're not having to go out at the last minute and get taken. Claudia's watching. Melissa says, I don't have sound. No sound. Can you hear me now? Volume, sound far away. I sound far away. Is the volume up maximum? Can you hear me now, guys? Someone let me know. Johnny Greg says 1 year since being with you. It's been eventful. Johnny, 1 year. I do sound pretty quiet. Nikki says it looks like it is today. Johnny's saying the sound is fine. So, you know what the thing is? If I am in selfie mode, like I was at the beginning of this video where I have the camera facing me, the audio is a lot louder in that mode. As soon as I switch the camera around so that you guys can see me on this side, the audio is lower. So you might have to adjust the volume on your device. Your computer, your laptop, your phone, whatever you're watching me on, the audio is going to differ depending on what camera I'm using. Ruth Major said, Meg, the sound check is good. Alright, so just turn up your volume. I'll turn up my volume and hopefully we'll be good. So I'm wearing this thing on my head. It's been the topic of conversation with pretty much everyone that I've ran into today. Why am I wearing a hairband when I have no hair? Because I wanted a little splash of color, A. B, my daughter's got a bunch of these, and she's 4 months old and has a lot that fit her really well, so we're going to start wearing matching hairbands, because why not? We have the same haircut. C, I'm thinking about growing my hair out, and these things are what get me through the awkward stage. If you've ever grown your hair out from any sort of super short haircut to a longer one, there's an awkward stage of growing out where it just kind of turns into a Q-tip top. This will help me get there, so I'm getting comfortable wearing them again to see maybe we'll grow it out. All right, so we get talking about the topic on hand. Laura's planning to be there in April. Well, we would love you to be here, Laura. April is a beautiful time of year here. Very, very sunny, very warm, very dry. It would be wonderful to have you, so you should make the call. So we're talking about meal prep. Meal prepping like a pro. I just finished shooting a series of videos for the Our Life Aftercare package, which is a package that you can purchase after you've been here at Rythmia. I think you can purchase it at any time, but after you've been here, and it is the series of guest speakers, it's yoga classes and breathwork classes. And now there's going to be a cooking series for me that I have created that is about how to prepare to go home. And this is going to be just a little bit of a taste for that. This is basics. So I didn't get, so kind of if you want to show them the chaos that is my counter right now. Did not get fully prepared today, so we've just got all of the things out and we're just going to start digging through it. what should we start with? Let's start with what's closest. So I got some fruit here. This is some stuff that I took off the buffet. Well, I got my team to take off the buffet this morning. And I have some other goodies that I brought from home that I'm going to utilize. Real time here. Normally I would have had this all organized, so it would be a lot easier, but I did not have time. So the one thing I like to always do and recommend if you're just starting out meal prep, and all meal prepping is taking a little bit of time at the beginning of the week to prepare food so that it's more grab and go, so you're not having to cook a whole meal from scratch every time you want to eat. So that includes breakfast. So I've got some breakfast ideas here, and the easiest one that I always recommend is to make smoothie bags. So what I got here, by the way, these are these amazing reusable silicone bags. I bought them I think on the internet. You wash them and reuse them instead of using plastic Ziploc. So these are a really great sustainable thing. I'm trying to limit the amount of plastic that I use. A few people have been shining a light on how much plastic that I do use, especially now as a mom. I've gotten and been given so much baby clothes and so many baby toys made of plastic, and we all know where plastic eventually ends up. Thankfully, I've been upcycling. I've been given hand-me-downs for a lot of the things, and I plan on handing down a lot of the toys that we use, but eventually it's going to end up somewhere. So being, reusing as much, or using as many sustainable things as possible is better. So in this reusable silicone bag, I've thrown in some pineapple. I'm going to toss in a handful of greens. I've got some leaf lettuce, spinach, kale, whatever you want to do. A handful of cashews. Some spirulina would be really great. A scoopful of almond butter would be awesome. And what is this now? This has become the base of a smoothie. So what you do is you just take these are really cool, how this works. You just have these plastic things on top. Toss this in the freezer. These are great because they stand. So I could do a couple of these. I've got my, let's do a watermelon one. So we've got watermelon, some greens, some fresh mint would be really good. A squeeze of lemon. You know what I would do is actually I would add the lemon once I'm making the smoothie. Let's say a scoop of protein powder. Imagine I tossed in a scoop of protein powder into this, and then you've got a whole bunch of these lined up in your freezer. You can even color code them. So this one's in a red bag. That means it's watermelon smoothie. The one that's in the green bag means that it's kale pineapple smoothie or pina colada smoothie. Then you would just stack these up in your freezer, and you've got smoothie packs. So all you would have to do in the morning is grab one of these, dump the contents into your blender, add in almond milk, coconut water, whatever milk or liquid you want to use to make your smoothie, and blend it up, and it's ready to go. Because why do smoothies take long in the morning sometimes? Is because you're constantly going to the cupboard to get the protein powder, you're going to the refrigerator to get the fruit, you're going to the freezer to get this, then you need to go and get all of your superfoods off the shelf. You could just throw everything in here, the superfoods included, so your goji berries, maca root powder, anything you want, the almond butter, all of it, right in these bags, and then it's grab and go. So you've got your smoothies done. What else is super helpful in the morning? Making things like chia pudding in bulk. So this is a banana, vanilla, coconut chia pudding. My intention with this was to add in some yogurt on top as well as some granola, but I forgot to get the yogurt. So I'm not doing that today. But these kind of jars are great. So this size is a little bit big for a single serving of something like chia pudding. To eat a whole jar that big would be kind of too much. It would be quite filling. But this much chia seed pudding, adding in a bit of yogurt, some granola, and maybe some fresh fruit on top would be a great breakfast. And you can make a bunch of these, like make 5 of them on Sunday, or at least 3. And then you have these ready. You just fill it up with all the goodies, stick them in your refrigerator, and then you've got breakfast to go. Especially if you don't have time to eat breakfast at home in the morning, you can grab one of these jars, throw it in your bag, and have it at the office. It would be a really great idea. Chia seed pudding, one of the easiest things in the world. Again, this is the same idea here. This is our overnight soaked oats that we serve here at Rythmia. So it's oats and chia. There's raisins in there. And then what I would do in the morning, I would take this out of the refrigerator as it is, and you can see I've left room in the container, so then I can add some granola for crunch, because it can be a little bit, the texture can be a little bit off-putting if you don't like mushy texture. So a little bit of granola there will add a bit of texture. Then I could add in some fresh fruit on top. And look at that. A little bit of fresh coconut on top, maybe some almonds, some cashews, and look at that. Easy peasy. And I've had, for example, I have all these fresh, these fruits that were pre-sliced. You can do the same thing. Every Sunday, like I just did it this morning at my house, I cut up a pineapple, a fresh pineapple that was perfectly ripe. I cut it up for breakfast this morning, and then I cut up the remainder and put it in a Tupperware container in the refrigerator so that my fruit is ready to go for things like this. Look at that. That's another thing you can throw in your bag and have your breakfast when you get to the office if you don't have time to do it at home. So those are the breakfast hacks I have. These are just my smoothie examples from this morning. So our smoothie bags blended up equals perfectly portioned and ready smoothies. A bada boom, bada bing. Taking a break for some water. Let's see. Ooh, I'm going to try this name. Rythmia? Rythmia. Did I say that right? I hope I will go there in this life. I hope you do too. Rich says, do you need any help in the kitchen? I love the headband. Good for food prep. My public health brain just interrupted my attention. Focus. Yes. No, I don't need help in the kitchen because I don't even work in the kitchen. I have an amazing team now that runs the joint, and I'm free to do a lot of other stuff here at Rythmia. But yes, these headbands are great just to keep hair from falling. My cousin Jeff is watching, saying, Riker and I are watching while housebound due to freezing rain. Woo! So 3 weeks from today, I'm flying to Canada for Christmas.
Yoo-hoo! With Kobe.
With Kobe, with the baby.
First time to Canada.
First time to the cold in Canada. So we're going to be, my mother has already started shopping for some warm winter clothes for her. So, and I have a few things here that I'll put Kobe in for the trip. And then as soon as we get to my mom's, she'll have some more outfits. And she's already wearing 6-month size clothing. She's 4 months old. Crazy thing. Okay, back to the meal prep. So I brought out some limes here because I love citrus. And you want to know how much I love? So good. It is so good. It's so sour. But these limes are so delicious. Acidic, but delicious. But a couple of things that I would suggest in your meal prep on Sunday. Grab a bunch of your limes, wash up the outside, slice them into quarters like this, because then they're ready. Every morning, I recommend the easiest thing you can do for your health and your digestion is to take a quarter of a lemon or a lime, squeeze it into a mug of warm water, and drink that before you do anything else. Just a really great way to get a bit of alkalinity into your life, get your digestive juices flowing, wake up your body, hydrate. And it's really delicious and comforting having, warm water, hot water with the lemon in it. So have these all sliced up so that they're ready to go. You just have to grab one. So you have no excuse, boil the kettle, grab a lemon, squeeze it in, you're good to go. Also, another recommendation would be to get your lemon and lime, or either or, juice them using either a juicing machine or one of the contraptions for getting as much juice out as possible. And take a small jar and just like 20 lemons, and then you've got like a cup and a half worth of lemon juice. So for any recipe or quick vinaigrette you're making, you've got the juice, the lemon already juiced. You're not wasting time when it comes to mealtime to do all the juicing. And you can juice a ton of lemons and they'll be good in the fridge for 5 or 6 days without losing much of the flavor or the health benefit. So I would recommend doing that. What's next, Kenneth? What is next?
It's a lot of things to do.
A lot of things. So this is the one recommendation I always make, because I do this constantly at home, so I know it's helpful, is batch prepare fruits and vegetables and proteins, if you so choose, at once in the oven. So when you have your oven heated up to roast off a bunch of chicken breasts, for example, throw in a bunch more sheets full of vegetables. So I've got here some regular baby potatoes with rosemary, I've got some sweet potato, a vegetable mix here that had broccoli and carrot, cauliflower, mushroom, and then sweet peppers and eggplants. These were all roasted differently on different pans, sheet pans, but if you can have them all in the oven at the same time and just take out and flip things as needed. So then I've got all of this amazing rainbow kaleidoscope of vegetables ready to store in different containers, something like one of these containers would be great. You could fill a container like this with just the potatoes, another container with the sliced chicken breasts, another container with the red pepper, kind of like the I call this a Mediterranean mix with eggplant, zucchini, yellow and red sweet pepper, and onion. Another container full of Mediterranean mix, and another container full of this more just regular vegetable mix. And then you can pull from those different containers as the week goes on, and it makes a million different things. So from this chef sheet pan only, I could think of doing, you could just do a roast potato with chicken breast and a big salad. Would be one great meal. You could use these Mediterranean vegetables over a pasta with olives and some capers, maybe some cheese grated on top, some chickpeas, and have a bit of a Mediterranean style pasta. You could also mix all of these up with a quinoa and have a quinoa salad. The sweet potatoes would be really, really great made into a burger with some beans, or you could just use that in place of potatoes, have like a vegan burger and sweet potato wedge as a main dish. These mixed vegetables would be really great used as just reheated really quickly with a stir-fry sauce. You could slice up some chicken and just stick in chicken and vegetable stir-fry that you can serve with rice. So there's so many different ways that you can reuse these vegetables. For dinner, once they're cooked through and cooled in the refrigerator, it's just a matter of either using them cold in a cold dish or reheating quickly for a salad, or packing a lunch. So this is a version of just a fully meal prepped dish. We've got some cooked quinoa that we cooked and cooled. Some just one roast potato because it was a big one. That I cooked and cooled, and then this is that Mediterranean vegetable mix. I've got a bunch of black beans that were cooked with like cilantro and red pepper and onion, and then just some mixed greens. And then all I would need to do is add a little bit of dressing. I could just toss a lemon wedge in there, a bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and lemon. Really, really simple and delicious. There's one meal done, easy peasy. Other things you can do to help with that meal prep to make life easy. Look at this. So you can do a bunch of little jars like this. So these are the little single-serve style jars. This is Megan's miracle sauce on the bottom here. You could put hummus, any of your favorite dip, and then just sticks of your favorite vegetables. So I've got just a bit of red pepper sticks in here and some baby carrots. And then this is a great little snack ready to go. You can bring it with you to work or just to have on hand. So when you're feeling snacky, grab one of these out of the refrigerator, sitting in front of the TV, whatever you're doing, you've got your snack ready. Other tip I would suggest, if you like eggs and you eat eggs hard boil a whole bunch. You can boil up to like a couple of dozen. Keep them in the fridge for the week. Then they're ready to go. I would say keep the shell on them. They'll just stay better a little bit longer. And then you have your eggs. You can toss one of those in with your salad for a little extra protein. Always really good thing to have. A little extra hit of protein if you eat eggs. I'm not a really big fan of eggs right now. I did miss one thing when I was talking about the breakfast hacks. So these are my gluten-free pancakes that we serve here at Rythmia. I put them in a Ziploc bag just because that's what I had handy at the moment, at the time. But these are pre-cooked. All you need to do is toss them in your toaster in the morning. You can freeze these. You can make a whole stack of them. Freeze them. If you're worried about them sticking together, just make sure that that there's some edges free, or put a little piece of parchment paper between them to help keep them from sticking. But these are really great in a toaster just to heat them up slightly. And you put your syrup or your fruit compote or whatever you want. So that's another great breakfast snack. Any pancake or waffle recipe, you can do that. Nikki says, I do this, it's so helpful, and I quinoa for the week ahead too. Without the prep, I'll sabotage myself. Yeah, exactly, and that's why we're doing this today. Carrie Bell's watching from Minnesota. Aileen's watching from Colorado. So cool to see you guys. And then other little tips, like these, everyone's always asking me for the recipe for these. These are our they're whole wheat tortilla chips, and all these are our whole wheat flat quesadilla wrappers. So like burrito wraps that we slice and bake. That's it. But we have them ready here, and we keep them just like this in the kitchen in this little plastic chafing tray with a lid on it. I put on plastic on it today just to keep it from the humidity being affected out here. You make a bunch of these, and then you've got crackers ready to go all the time. Really, really easy. Make a bunch. If you're doing something like this that's going to stay dry, like there's no humidity, they're not going to go bad. The worst thing that's going to happen is they go a little bit stale. But if you have crackers like this around the house, you're probably going to eat them before they have a chance to get stale. And I have all of these bowls right here. imagine that these are all in different little glass storage containers. This is the cooked quinoa, cooked bean, cooked rice. This is some like fruit salad you can make, and that's good in the fridge for several days. Hearty vegetables like cabbage and carrot. Those types of things you can do into like prepared salads and keep in the fridge for a few days. This one would be good for 2 or 3 days, and this is just red cabbage, green cabbage, carrot, and cilantro with a lime sauce. Really, really good. Another hearty salad, massaged kale, good for a couple of days. You can make a big batch of that. This is the curry kale that we serve here at Rythmia, and the marinated mushrooms, another great side dish, all available in my cookbook. But these are really good recipes that you can make, and they're vegetables, but they're not boring, just sliced raw vegetables. And these are things that will be good for several days. So doing simple recipes like that in your meal prep will just help you mix things up. So you're not having nothing but raw vegetables and grain and a protein all the time. You've got these other more fancy marinated vegetables as options. And always make sure you've got a whole bunch of your favorite desserts in the freezer. These are our raw cookie dough balls, my absolute favorite. All of the desserts that we serve here at Rythmia freeze really well, so you can make big batches and then just throw them into the freezer. And they're quite delicious fresh out of the freezer when it's hot out, so in the summertime, really, really good. So that is all I have for meal prep. I do want to mention 2 other quick things. So I had these awesome resealable silicone bags. Shout out to those. I don't remember the brand. Get yourself some of these type of bags. These are also reusable, and I use them for several things. They're meant to be used as produce bags. So you're shopping at the grocery store, you bring yourself like 10 of these, and as you're grabbing the loose bulk apples, you're using this instead of grabbing one of the plastic bags. Really, really helpful, eliminating plastic. I also use these as a milk, like if I'm making almond milk, I use these to strain my almond milk instead of buying a specific bag for that because they are super fine mesh. I also use these for washing lingerie, so like bras that need to be in a garment bag for washing, I just use these. And I also use them to wash parts for my breast pump. So any other kitchen stuff that you need to wash that you have small parts for that you don't want to get lost, I put all my breast pump parts in here and then tie it up and then sit this on the top shelf of the dishwasher to wash. Really, really great. And then I have these awesome things, and these are beeswax wrappers, and they're super cool. Let me see, what am I going to wrap? Let's see, do I have anything over here that I want to wrap? No, let's wrap the pancakes in this. So this would be a nice alternative. These hot pancakes. This is a reusable, it's a piece of material that's coated in beeswax, and it seals onto itself. So instead of using plastic wrap or tin foil or plastic bag, you can use these awesome beeswax wrappers to wrap up everything. I use them for cheese, I use them for like a half of a lemon, for example, to keep that nice and moist. You can use a piece of this wax, and then you just wash it in cold water once you're done. Super, super slick, great for the environment, and they do an awesome job. So that is all she wrote. If anyone has any other amazing food hack tips and tricks, please do tell me. Carrie Bell says, Levi says, Kobe's napping. Yeah. You're into everything looks delicious. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Yes, I hope everyone has a beautiful day. Carrie Bell says, I can't wait to come and eat your yummy food and you. Oh, yeah. We can't wait to have you, Carrie. Sam says, looks so yummy. I love the sound of the birds, too. Minnesota here, craving the atmosphere for all the reasons. Brigitte, I believe. Brigitte, yes, Brigitte. I know Brigitte. Hey, darling, good to see you. She's watching from New Brunswick, Canada. Brigitte, I hope you're doing well. Sorry, we didn't get to say goodbye. That's it. What's everybody looking at? I got a table full of our amazing Rythmia team, and I just looked up and they were looking at me. So, number one fans. No, I think they're hanging out to see if there's anything delicious to eat. What am I cooking that's not boring because they eat the same thing every day off the buffet here? That's it. So we have 2 more Sundays after this until it's a holiday. So next Sunday, what am I doing here, you guys? Let's see. I think I wrote it down. I'll let you guys know the topic. Next Sunday will be December 8th. Great grains. So we're going to talk about a ton of different grains and how to prepare them. Because people are often asking me, how I cook quinoa, what's the best way to cook buckwheat, how do you cook farro, like what are all the difference between all these grains, which ones have gluten, which ones don't. So we're going to talk a bit about that. So if you're curious, tune in for that. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope that this was helpful. If you think that it might be helpful for me to put some of this information into a PDF, let me know in the comments, and I can do that, and you can share that maybe in the comments so that we all have notes. All right, everybody, have yourself a beautiful Sunday, happy holiday season, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, Meg.